Okay, so one thing I have regularly stated on this channel is that I am not a fan of Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont at all. I mean, I haven't been a fan of this loser since he was, first in office. I didn't follow politics too well then, but I didn't like him just because he seemed like he was kind of like a weak little pushover wuss who just didn't really do anything solid for Connecticut. He just kind of like went with just went with whatever was the incoming breeze. Just, oh, I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Oh, what do they want me to say? Okay, I'll say that. He was a pansy that never did anything for us as a state. And as time's gone on, I just hate him more because he's become just a woke lib, basically. He's extremely anti-American, anti-America. I mean, look, he didn't want to send anything down to the Great American State Fair because, oh, I'm going to put party politics over love of country because I'm a douchebag. And now his latest and greatest is he loves not immigrants, illegals. He loves illegals. He does everything to, oh, I gotta push back on ICE. Oh, I gotta defend this minority group. Oh, this, that. It's never anything for the actual citizens, the people who have been here, who have been born and raised and still live here. The people who have roots here, parents that are also born and raised here, grandparents that are born and raised here. No, it's never us. It's everyone else who doesn't belong here at all and is just kind of crashing the country, like a wedding crasher. They're just a country crasher. But this little douchebag wants to defend them and put them as priority number one. So anyhow, what I wanted to address is there's a new stupid thing that I saw, a new stupid post from him that I saw, and I just wanted to talk about it. So right here it starts with this nonsense. Our Haitian friends and neighbors are facing an incredibly difficult time following blah blah blah. We're going to stop it right there for a second because Haitian friends? Who the F are you talking about? I've lived in Connecticut my whole entire life. Born in the state, lived in the state growing up, still live in the state even as an adult. I'm around 40 years old, so, I got almost 40 years in this state. I've never known a Haitian. I've never known anybody who has known a Haitian. And I also have never had a neighbor that was a Haitian. I've never had anybody who had neighbors that were Haitian. I've never had a Haitian friend. I don't know anybody who's had Haitian friends. There is 0% Haitian that I know of a lot of people in this state. So what are you talking about, our friends? Whose friends? The select few people living in the little stupid Haitian community in this state, wherever that is? Second off, these Haitians are not my friend. And here's why. Because if they're still being called a Haitian rather than an American, that means these pieces of crap have not tried to assimilate to this country at all, so they will never be my friend. Because if you want to move here, then you should adopt this country as your home, accept it as your home, and assimilate, become a regular citizen, blend in with the rest of society, be a productive member of society. Don't be mooching off the state. Don't be any of the other dumb nonsense that these illegals and other immigrants do. And clearly, if you're going to keep your identity as Haitian, you ain't trying to assimilate at all. So I'm not a friend of yours. If I were to go to some other country and live there, Brazil, Germany, South Korea, Japan, China, wherever, I would focus on assimilating. I would learn the language, I'd learn the culture, I would try to become that. I wouldn't walk around and be like, oh, I'm an American, even though I've been living in country X for 10 years or whatever. I would work to become whatever it is that I moved to. Because obviously there would be a reason that I'd move from the United States to there. In reverse, if these idiots want to move from their country to our country, you should try to be a part of it. Like how everyone else is. Don't just think you're going to stay the same way that you are, but live here because you don't like Haiti or something? I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, I left Haiti because it sucks there. I hate it. But yeah, I'm going to change nothing about myself when I come to this country so I can try to turn my neighborhood into a little Haiti so it'll suck just like the place I just escaped from. What's the logic in that? Anyhow, back to this moron's crap. So then he goes on to say, following the Supreme Court's decision a few weeks ago that cleared the way for the administration to terminate TPS designation for Haitians. TPS is temporary protective status. I'm pretty sure that when the Haitians came over, that was in 2010? So 16 years ago? How long do they need to have temporary protective status? 16 years ain't temporary enough? I mean, at that point, if you wanted to stay here, you had 16 years to do it legally. That's plenty more than enough time. If you didn't get your act together in 16 years, oh well, seems like a you problem. Anyway, related work permits which expire next Friday, July 24th. They should have expired way sooner than that, but okay. In May, I directed $3 million from our federal cuts response fund to the refugee resettlement agencies that stand ready to fully support those losing work authorization and benefits. So here we go. Here's this dickbag. What's he doing? Pulling some fraud? Why are you taking $3 million from federal cuts, blah, 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 to apply it to people who are probably illegal? Probably will get deported by ICE. ICE is a federal agency. Federal overrides state. So what do you think you're trying to do? I think whoever's in charge of this should take a look at Connecticut, most specifically Ned Lamont, and do something about this. Who would that be? Marco Rubio? Hopefully he gets on this. Second, again, back to how he's always America last and stuff. I like how he can do this for Haitians, people that can't even assimilate and become Americans. They're just Haitians still. He can go and take $3 million to put it to them because, that way then they can be supported while they lose their work authorization and benefits. But what do you do for regular Americans? How about people that lose their jobs? How about everybody during the recent pandemic we had? Did you do anything for any of us? I don't remember that. When people were forced to get a certain shot or lose their job, did you do anything about that to help those people out? Nope. You stood along with, well, you either can get this shot and get a free Sunday or whatever dumb promo they were doing, or I guess you don't have a job. But these idiots come here illegally, take 16 years to try to decide if they're going to become a citizen or not, which clearly they haven't been thinking about at all, so they're not deciding that. And, I got to get $3 million together to help these poor people out. Okay, Ned, thanks. Then this douche finishes it with, I stand with our Haitian communities in opposing the Trump administration's cruel abandonment of immigrants who came here and abided by a legal immigration process, believing they'd be allowed to build a future here. If they abided by legal immigration process, they'd probably be citizens by now, which means they also wouldn't have to worry about anything happening with Trump's thing expiring. So you're kind of self-contradictory there. Clearly, they're basically illegal then. They never did what they had to do. That's why now there's a chance they're going to get booted out. They lose their job and all this because they're not citizens. No regular citizen has to worry about this thing expiring. I don't have to worry about expiring. I'm not going to lose my job because some TPS, work-related permit thing expires. I'm a regular citizen. And if these dickheads in 16 years did something about trying to become citizens, they'd be all set too. And then I stand with the Haitian community in opposing the Trump administration. Of course you're going to oppose it. Because again, you put party politics over country. Oh, everything Trump does is so bad. I got to make sure I oppose everything he does. But yet when brain dead Biden was in there and couldn't even think, couldn't even remember his own name, his family, nothing. Oh, you had no problem supporting everything then, right? All those terrible policies. Those were great though, right? But anything Trump does, he's on the different party, so I must hate that. Just overall, I just cannot stand this piece of shit right here. He is worthless. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, he's not the worst governor, because we do have Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz, the new broad in Virginia, Pritzker, the one up in Maine. There's plenty others that suck. Maybe the main one's on the same level as him, but those first four I said are clearly leaps and bounds worse than this idiot. But, he's trying hard to catch up to them. He feels like he wants to be like a Gavin Newsom light. He doesn't want to be Tim Walz. Tim Walz is just mentally challenged and retarded. This guy doesn't want to be retarded. He just wants to be a worthless piece of crap like Gavin. He just wants to destroy the state and then pretend that he's doing something good. This idiot, everything he does, every single post he ever puts, check out his X feed. Every post is always about either stupid sports like college basketball, or it's about we gotta fight against ICE. We gotta defend our Haitian friends and all this foreign stuff. Foreign people. Never anything about us. Never anything about the people who live here, who belong here, who have roots here. No, it's always everything else. I hate this guy. And I'm not somebody to wish ill will on anyone, but I absolutely hope he loses his job come November, because he does not deserve it. He is a worthless governor who hasn't done anything for this state, anything positive for the state, in the whole, 8 years that he's been governor so far? And he just continues to get worse. So why should he keep a position that he's not good at and doesn't appreciate?